Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a bonus new moon for the month of April tarot oracle reading, and Virgo, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign isn't Virgo, we all have a little bit of Virgo in us somewhere. If you look at your birth chart, you will, what house is Virgo in? That's where this energy will be most prominent for you. This is a timely reading, meaning that if you're watching it at this time, it's the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then, that could give you further clarity as to your situation now. Excuse me. We're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. And we have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is talking about a traditional structure, and also the Hierophant is responsible for bringing God's judgment down to earth, basically. So the Hierophant represents that traditional structure. So if you're a religious person, this could represent the people at the top of your church, you know, your Pope, cardinals, bishops, gurus, that kind of energy, whoever you designate as the leaders of your church or your religion. And if you're more on the spiritual side, then it would represent, you know, God himself going straight to source and without an intermediary, and through meditation and through prayer. And then bringing this energy down to the third dimensional world, which is represented by the legal systems throughout the world, you know, just the court systems, that sort of energy. So the Hierophant would represent a judge, or you know, some sort of energy around that. A judge, maybe a prosecutor, that type of energy. And the court system itself. So the Hierophant does have his hand in a blessing, saying that when this energy comes through, that it will be a blessing for you. And then we have the energy of the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is talking about someone who's standing at the top of his turret of his castle, and he's thinking, wow, you know, I've accomplished quite a bit here. The wands in tarot represent the element of fire, about action, having passion for what you do. This quite often represents, for me, an entrepreneurial energy. It can talk about being at the top of where you are now. This person has a globe in their hand here, and this is representing that they feel like, hey, I've got the world in my hands. But they also do understand that they feel like they're a big fish in a little pond. So they understand that if they were to move to a bigger center, they might feel more like a little fish in a big pond. And they're feeling like this is a great time to expand their horizons and maybe take their business or whatever, you know, expand in other ways, but in different locations, maybe taking something global, that kind of energy. This is sometimes, to me, representing like someone that wants to franchise. They already have one successful location, but recognize they need to reach more people to be able to make this a bigger, you know, on a larger scale, basically. And so this energy quite often can talk about that expansion. Sometimes it means wanting to move to a different location, but sometimes it can just mean wanting to make a move. And so this is in your business or your life. It sometimes can actually, maybe you're passionate for someone and you want to add them to your life. Maybe you're thinking about expanding and creating a family and having children and that kind of energy. We have the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles in the tarot represent the energy of health, wealth, and happiness in the third dimensional world. Pentacles are shaped in this like coins, and this is because money, of course, is a very big part of the you know, how you live in the third dimension, and it is significant, but you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you want to live. So this is talking about lifestyle above just making the money and how you do it. This is talking about someone who's very busy. This could, I don't know, I got a busybody energy. So it could be that. It could be someone who's a busybody. That's kind of like saying also sometimes the small wave going into the big wave with the small ship into the big can represent that it's gaining momentum. And so sometimes we tend to get so busy, and the busier we get, the busier we get. There's a saying, if you want something done, hand it to a busy person. And so that some people, you know, and it's what it's saying is, if you're going to be juggling your time in this way, you want to make sure that you're not doing it to the extent where it gains so much momentum that you're just being busy for the sake of being busy, and or creating quantity rather than quality work. And it also can be talking about juggling energy. Like this could be like you have 2 jobs that you're working at, or you have you're going to school and you're also working to pay for school. This could represent, you know, work hard, play hard, your family life and your business life, that kind of energy. Also, this card says juggle your options, but never juggle your morals. And then we have this the Wheel of Fortune coming in. And so the Wheel of Fortune is saying that the wheel is starting to turn in your favor. The Wheel of Fortune is the past, the present, and the future all coming together in synchronicity. So it's talking about the energy of, you know, the past, present, and future being brought to now, right to this moment. And the wheel is turning and pushing you into this next energy that you want to get into. And it's a really good time for that right now, because we do have the new moon coming up on the 17th in the energy of Aries, and Aries is all about the new. But this is talking about the past, present, and future. And then there's actually 3 wheels here, not one. And the one of the wheels does have the letters, the Hebrew letters for the name of God on that wheel, and it is tetragrammaton. A tetragrammaton is a very sacred geometric symbol representing perfect order in the universe, in the world, and how God creates in perfection, in perfect order. And so this energy is when geometria, which is when they add numerical values to letters, when they did that and they put the letters of God in different combinations, it came out to very similar, to approximate the phi ratio, which is 1.618. And so this ratio also is seen throughout through manifestation in the third dimensional world, on Earth. And so what it's talking about is that things are in perfect order. We're talking about like a ratio that creates boxes like that are in, they nest within each other to create a specific pattern, and it repeats throughout nature. And this energy is talking like the golden spiral, for instance, would be like hurricanes and tornadoes. That kind of energy, they're formed the same way and follow that phi ratio. This also can be seen in seashells and in pine cones, pineapples, that kind of energy. We also have, and in bees, in a beehive, we also have the energy showing up in the golden ratio, which is similar. Like it's the if you take the human face and you break it down from the top to bottom and the side to side, there's different boxes that all fit into each other, and then it creates this pattern that all faces basically form. You know, the distance, for instance, from your hairline to your eyebrows, and then your eyebrows to the bottom of your nose, and the bottom of your nose to the chin kind of energy. When they're very similar, they're slightly different, but following the basic pattern. Your head in context to the size of your upper body, your lower body, your limbs, your upper limbs, your lower limbs, your hands, your feet, and then your fingers and your toes. They all follow that similar pattern. This is also true in animals, and it's true in fruits and vegetables and flowers, the way the petals form. And so when I first heard about this, and I started noticing it everywhere, even on the branches of the trees. the way they grow, it's incredible. The leaves, like everything is in perfect order. And so I feel like when you go out for a walk in the nature, and if your life is like feeling really chaotic, it's so comforting now to go out for a walk in nature and see everywhere the perfect order of the world, of the universe, and recognize, hey, we are not in total chaos, even though sometimes our lives feel like we're in chaos. And if we watch the news and what's going on in the world, we feel, yeah, it's in chaos. Having said that, the perfect order of God's world is in perfect order, divine order. And there's fluctuations where sometimes it seems to, like the tornadoes and hurricanes can get out of hand for a season, and then it goes back to normal again, kind of energy like that. So it's contraction and expansion of perfect order. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is representing an energy where someone's taking stock, and they're looking, and there's 6 pentacles here, and there's this one over here, and they're like, man, I put all that energy, all that time, invest all that time, money, and energy into this project, and this is what I got out of it. Like, what the heck? There should be more here than there. And this is someone who's used to being successful, because Seven of Pentacles, there's only 10 in the tarot. So 10 would be like a billionaire status, and billionaire and above, I guess. And then probably the 9 would be like a multimillionaire, and 8 would be like millionaire. So like, you're well up there. So he's used to being successful when it comes to gathering pentacles, but he's like, this project, I don't know, like, am I doing something wrong? What's going on? So he's trying to figure it out. Is it worth continuing with this project? Should I give it up? What should I do with it? Yeah, disappointment. And isn't it? It's so interesting. Quite often these 2 cards come together in the readings. I'm on the 6th one now, and these 2 cards, when one comes in, the other one comes in. And so this is also talking about disappointment in love. And so, this can be, the cups in tarot represent romantic love for sure. But they can also represent love of, your family, love of your pets, love of, a city, whatever that energy is. They can also represent loving what you want to do or be. So there are 3 cups here, and there's someone offering a 4th cup, and this person's sitting under the tree, and they're disappointed, and they're like, I don't want another cup of the same old shift. I've already been vulnerable. I've been hurt. I'm not willing to be hurt again. And so this could represent an energy of maybe you have a project that you've been working on, and you've tried, you've put it out there 2 or 3 times now, and it looks like it should succeed, and it almost does, and then something happens. And so it's that kind of energy, and the universe is saying, give it one more try here. And you're like, I don't know if I want to. I'm getting tired of this, like maybe I should just do something different. This can also represent an energy of a third-party involvement in with a couple. So there's 3 cups here instead of 2. Sometimes that can even bring a 4th cup in if a baby is produced out of that interaction. And that would normally be a total blessing, and babies always are a blessing. But having said that, if it's not your baby and you're in a couple, it could be quite disappointing. And then it also could represent an energy of maybe you've given someone a lover or your spouse or a family member or a business partner or someone 3 chances already, and they're asking for a 4th chance, and you're like, no, 3 strikes, you're out. I mean, generally people will show you who they are the first time around. So if you're on your 3rd round and they've got you here, yeah, I can see why you would be like, nah, I don't think so. So this is talking about the 3 of Wands now. Interesting, because now this card is quite often for me, like this is talking about, okay, this person has now decided to take this step and expand their horizons. And this is like standing on one horizon and looking over into the other. This is actually water across here, and there's ships sailing by, but you can't tell because it looks yellow. It looks like it might be sand, so maybe it is, but no, it's just the way the sun is shining on it. But I feel like this is when someone has decided to walk through the portal and they're going to expand their horizons. And sometimes this can talk about leaving a relationship. that you were a couple in and deciding to move forward as a single person. In this context, that could be definitely be the case here. And then we have, because you want ultimate fulfillment. And so you've always wished for having like a happy family life and everything. And maybe you thought several times that, hey, this is it. And then it just didn't turn out to be. And then you ended up being disappointed. And now you're having to leave a relationship again. Now this could be in business. It could be in love. Generally, this is talking about fulfillment with your, with your significant other. It's talking about, you know, loving, you love them, they love you. You love your children love you. You love where you live. You know, you have a beautiful home. You are enjoying your career, and you love your clients, and your clients love you. And it's your co-workers, and your co-workers love you, and everything's like as perfect as it can be in a perfectly imperfect world. That kind of energy. So we have here coming from the beginning, this is your identity and self-image. And so you are very busy right now. You see yourself as being very busy and having to multitask and having a lot to, you know, juggle here. Just make sure whether or not you're the one who's juggled, I don't feel you're the one who seems disappointed. So I feel like maybe a partner of yours was juggling. When it came to, and it could have involved your money as well, is what's happening. But here it's talking about abundance and self-worth. So the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor, and you're starting to realize that maybe part of the problem is that you're just not putting yourself first here, is what the energy I'm getting. So you need to decide, what do you want in life? Like maybe you're juggling two options, or you're torn between two choices, or torn between two lovers, that kind of energy. This is talking about your communication in early life. So maybe when the home you were raised in your parents weren't really, really well off. And so there was always this juggling of, the pentacle energy, lifestyle and money, and possibly you have a lot of, maybe in your subconscious mind there's some energy there where, you were told, money doesn't grow on trees, and you have to work hard for money, and you don't waste money, and that kind of energy. Then we have here the emotional foundation where you're at now, and this is saying you're disappointed. You're making a decision here. You're not willing to lower your standards. You're not taking someone back that's already, disappointed you 3 other times. You are the energy right now of this new moon coming in. It's moving into the sign of Aries on the 17th. And there's 6 planets that just moved into Aries. So this energy is just wild. It's like one astrologer I watched said the chances of like 6 or 7 planets moving into one sign in such a short period of time is like maybe happens about once every 800 years. So this is an intense energy we've been under, and it's since the end of February, mid-February into March. We also had 2 eclipses. We had one on the 17th of February, and we had another eclipse on the 3rd of March. And so eclipse season, I've been describing it as potpourri on boiling gently on the back of your stove. It's percolating there, and it's there, but it's not, it's not overly noticeable really. And this is talking about how the energy of the eclipses are over a 6-month period. If you look back 6 months from like the end of or the beginning of March, you'll start to notice, wow, my life has maybe changed a lot, and it'll either be for the positive or for the negative. This is indicating with the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor, and that you're going to be making moves to be able to push forward. Now, all of these planets being in Aries energy has really created, Aries is the infant of the zodiac, and so this is talking about wanting new. Think of a new baby. you know, they're so helpless, and they, like a newborn baby, you know, look at how little they are and helpless, but they run the household. If you've ever had a newborn baby in the house, even if you've ever raised a puppy, you know, like you have to cater to them because they have their needs. And so this is that kind of energy. And so it's talking about doing things in a new way. And this full moon, or this new moon, is moving from Pisces energy into the new moon energy. Into Aries, and Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. So it's not just about the moon changing signs; it's also completing a cycle in the zodiac. So this is really, like, a lot of people are feeling this desire for new energy, and so it's really beneficial right now to be innovative. If you have an old project and you can think of an innovative way to bring it back in, you may find that it could be really beneficial. I mean, not putting it could just need some tweaking. Maybe it was before its time a little bit, because the energy is very different now than it was in 2025 already. It's changed significantly. And this is also, like, it's also a really good time for brand new projects, and also being brave, like discover how courageous you can be and be authentic. And it's also the Aries energy is, the glyph is the ram, and this is like Rami energy. So you have to be careful not to be too aggressive. You don't want to be abrasive. You just want to be assertive, that kind of energy. Babies come in head first for a reason. And so that's that kind of energy. But you have to remember that that can be overwhelming for some people. So yeah, be authentic, be yourself, especially with this AI out there. That's how, a lot of people are concerned. My job's going to be taken by AI. If you stand out because you're authentic and all your unique qualities show up, there's one thing AI can't do is be you. So make it beneficial, like stand out a little. That's the energy you want to be in. And we have here, this is your health and daily routine and habits. This is talking about being in an energy of this is what you want. And so you have to start steering your life to be like that. If you want this, you might have to slow down a little bit here and quit juggling so much and put some time and energy into starting to have that lifestyle, so that the universe can recognize the shift in your energy, basically. Sometimes you have to be what you want to be before you get to or do and be what you are. For instance, like when I used to teach seminars and I was traveling from Saskatchewan to Vancouver, and I was doing these seminars, and I'd stay at the hotel. I was like, yeah, I want to move out to British Columbia at some point. And I want to just have a condo downtown at some point in my life. I've always had a yard, and I love yard work and that. But I knew eventually that's what I would want to do. And so when I was, anytime I was at a seminar and I was at the hotel, I would always just pretend that it was my condo downtown in Vancouver. And but then I realized I didn't like the rain that much, and I moved more into the inland, but still with that beautiful energy, not having those harsh winters anymore. And so I've accomplished that goal now, and I look back and I think how much fun that was. I would just, I'm at my condo, and I actually have my own personal chef. I just call down, tell them to the kitchen, and and they deliver it to my door already made. Room service. And just putting myself in that energy. And so that's one way of manifesting. The King of Cups is talking about the energy of love and wanting to offer a cup of love. This King of Cups has been coming into a lot of the readings. There's a lot of love in the readings right now, way more than there was back in February when I needed it for my Valentine's Day readings. That was a lot of tough love, actually. But the King of Cups is here again here in this reading. And the King of Cups is the most emotionally available of all the kings. He is sitting on his throne, and he has his right foot forward. He is, he's ready to deliver this cup of love, but he's waiting until things calm down. Maybe he has his eye on someone, or this could be your energy that you're the King of Cups and you have your eye on someone, but you know they're kind of going through a chaotic time right now. And you want to get yourself settled into a position that, okay, I'm going to be, when things calm down, when the water gets more still, the right foot is forward, he's going to be ready and offer this cup. And so this is the external forces coming in. The internal forces were here, and this is talking about the what ifs. And you can tell the difference because if it's an internal force, you have control over it. And it's kind of like the questions you would be asking is, what if they do that? Then what do I need to do? Or if they do that, what if I do this? Then what's going to happen? If internal forces. External forces is more like what the EF happened. Something from the external forces came in towards you, and now you're having to deal with it. And it's that kind of energy. Sometimes it can be pleasant, and sometimes it can be unpleasant. This is talking about the star energy. Whoa. So this is in your commitment, marriage, and partnership. So like this King of Cups could be a public figure, someone who's in the spotlight, someone that really is shiny, that kind of energy. And this could be you, and so you would be a perfect match because you both are stars that shine. We all have our own unique qualities that we bring into the world, and so this is representing that energy coming from the North Star energy. The North Star is your designated path, your destined path, following your North Node energy. And this is a universal pool, and you're adding your own beautiful, special, unique qualities to that, and then pouring it out onto the earth. There's 5 streams here, and those 5 streams represent the pentacle energy, bringing that down to earth, like your thoughts, bringing them down to earth, the celestial heaven, bringing heaven down to earth kind of energy. And this is in your partnerships, commitments, and marriage. So this looks like it would be a superstar couple. 2 superstars getting together. And empowering each other to shine. And this brings out the Empress in you. Wow. So this is talking about this king sees you as his Empress, and the Empress energy sees this king as her Emperor kind of energy. I feel like you're both kind of at that level. So this is a power couple energy, and this transition happens once you make this decision here to move forward in a strong way, to expand your horizons. And there could be some sort of blessings coming in with this energy. Maybe something was unfair in the past. I also am just getting like, it could just be, I really keep getting this, if it's a project that you were working on and it fell kind of flat, but you still feel like it might have some potential, it might benefit you just to put a little bit of more energy into it again and give it a try. Like, you don't have to spend a lot of money or whatever, but just maybe approach it from a slightly different angle, and possibly this King of Cups energy will inspire you in some way to bring it out in that way. And so this is in the Empress is known, she's to be all 4 queens in the tarot, from the minor arcana wrapped into one person. And it's because of, you become an Empress by having, oh, there's a helicopter outside here talking about something coming from the heavens. I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know what a helicopter's doing over the sky here, but we've got a helicopter. So that's really interesting that it comes in right now. You know, dragonflies, I have a lot of dragonflies in my oracle, and dragonflies are like helicopters. They can, it's talking about being able to make moves back and forth really quick. Helicopters can be change direction very, very quickly. I feel like that's the energy. So I feel like this transition, because it's going into your transition, that this transition is going to happen very quickly when this Emperor energy or this King of Cups decides to deliver that cup of love. Now that could be you, or it could be the, whatever. And remember, these figures are archetypes, so they're representing masculine and feminine energy. So the king could be a female in her masculine, and this could be a male in his feminine. So just take it however it works. And we have All right, so we have one needing to take a rest from overthinking. I feel like possibly this is saying you're overthinking things. You need to go inward and feel more, like what is it that you want in life? Like if you want love in your life and you're just busy doing new project after new project after new project, it could be like maybe you need to make yourself the project. Go inward and really find out what you want, quieting the mind and laying it to rest so that you can be in a position where you are, this is meditating and praying so that you can get in connection with the Most High and find out, okay, what is it that I need to do here to be able to move forward? In this case, I'm getting, this is talking about maybe you need a rest. Maybe you've been like so busy that you're tired and maybe you just need a good sleep, or to get away from things for like even a couple days, go on a little adventure, hop on one of them boats and just jump off like when you get a little bit further downstream. Just a change of scenery sometimes can open your mind up to bringing this project back into being and actually making it lucrative. The never-ending nightmare. So this is talking about waking up in the middle of the night from nightmares, and it's the same old energy, the same old drudgery. And this is in your career and reputation. And so I feel like this is a repeated pattern that you've been going through, and I feel it's because overthinking is what's coming up. And so the overthinking energy, let's go back to this card because now this is coming up. If you think about your subconscious mind is formed by the time you are about 5 or 6 years of age. Even, and it's, when you're a baby, like we were talking about, like you're absorbing. Think about what a newborn baby learns in 1 year, just in 1 year alone. And so you take all of that energy and all that newness and when you're young and you're a baby, you don't remember most of that time until you're usually around kindergarten age. So, but you absorb that in like a sponge, your environment. So taking it in on many levels, and it's imprinted on you very heavily. And these are actually the thoughts and the energy of the people who are put in charge of your care and the environment they provide for you. So your subconscious mind is often the first one we go to when we're stressed out or whatever, but it's the least reliable because it's actually the thoughts of people that were raising you, not your own personal thoughts. And then we have the unconscious mind, which is the soul. And, a lot of people recognize, they'll say, yes, I'm a human being and I have a soul. But from the soul's perspective, you are a soul traveling in a human body. And this is just your vehicle. So the soul has its needs too. So if you don't look after your soul, it'll be that unconscious mind will get very loud and start arguing with your subconscious mind. And then you've got your conscious mind, which is like being able to, I went somewhere yesterday, this happened, I have memory of it, I'm very conscious of it. So this is when you can get all these three congruent with each other and they're working together, and then plug that into your heart, go inward and meditate in that so you can feel. Then you're using your intuition as well as your logic, and that brings you to creative solutions. And so this is saying, after meditating and praying, perhaps now instead of waking up in the middle of the night or not being able to sleep, you wake up and you had this dream and it showed you step by step what to do, and you're trying to remember the details. So it's that kind of energy. It's enlightenment from God after going inward and asking for that help. And so this is talking about your career and your reputation. How can I do this? It keeps coming back to this project that you want to do differently, and also wanting to change your lifestyle so that you're more in sync with this and attracting this energy. We have conviction beyond a doubt. And now that you got an aha moment, and that's another thing, this full moon or this new moon coming up, really, really good for that kind of energy of, where all of a sudden you have an epiphany. Oh, that's what I need to do. And it could be something very simple. And so now that you know what you know, you are standing upon it and you have conviction beyond a doubt, and you're on higher ground now. It's really interesting because it's like there may be competition that you've been dealing with, that it's been really challenging for you, but now you're looking at it, you have this person has one boot on one foot and a shoe on the other. And so sometimes this can represent someone that had to rush out and fight for what is theirs, and like they didn't even notice what they were putting on their feet. Or it could represent being straddled between these two realities, and that it's coming up soon, like you've already got one foot in the other world and you still have one in the other. So, take the leap. It's that energy. And this is the best time to use your intuition and to listen to it. So the High Priestess, she sits next to God, and she's in between these two pillars of extremes. And all of this here is energy. It's information. Information is energy. So we can have a lot of information. And a lot of times people are really concerned about misinformation, disinformation. In particular, governments seem to be really concerned about this in Canada in particular right now. And it's for, really information is neutral. And so when you're in between two extremes, you realize the information doesn't care what you think about it. Information, what you do with information, now that is a totally different matter. And so the High Priestess, uses her intuition to sort through all this information and do the right thing with it. And she's actually sitting in between the extreme of all extremes, because this pillar represents Jesus and this one represents the devil. So she's really getting a lot of information from both sides, but she's going to use it wisely. She's going to use her intuition. She's going to apply it to logic, and then be able to, if you have your intuition and your logic working together, you can have creative solutions to any problem. And so that's the energy coming in for you. This is a really good reading. I'm really enjoying these new moon readings. It's really awesome energy. We have like another major astrological event that could be shake things up a little bit here. So let's enjoy this now. That will be on April 25th when Uranus moves into Gemini, and I will be doing readings for that pretty quick here for the end of the month reading. All right, so now if you're leaving the reading here and you're like, hey, don't jinx it, I don't want to know anymore. I don't blame you. This is a real beautiful reading, Virgo. Enjoy this energy. It's really good. Like there's a lot here, that a lot of blessings coming in. And it's talking here. This is the blessings coming in from the Hierophant. And this is saying because you took a stand, basically. And you made a choice. You're not juggling this energy. Okay, this is the direction I'm going. And now that I know what I know, that's what I want to do. Really, really good. So if you've enjoyed this, give it a like and comment. It really does empower me to build my channel. I really appreciate it. And consider subscribing. I would be honored if you did so. For those of you who want more clarity, let's go with my Oracle, Tales from the Vector, and that's TAILS, Tales from the Vector. And I do have a website, talesfromthevector.com. So the cards that I'm playing with here have numbers on them, and those numbers represent paintings in the gallery on my website in the order that they are. And in the description box below, I will put the numbers as they appear in the reading, so you can check it out. That'll be, and get more information if you're interested. This oracle I started in 2007, and in 2020 I completed the 64th painting. Oh, there we have it. This card's ready to come out. So the Hermit wants to come out here. So yeah, so I've been working on it, and now I'm getting ready to bring it out, and I'm playing with the cards so that I can have the information that goes with the oracle. So yeah, I figure, I'm learning a lot, and I'm surprised at some of the changes that I'm going to make. So I'm going to keep going until I feel satisfied that I have the correct information. The Nine of Hermit is talking about, or the 9 is the Hermit, and that is talking about an energy of safe travels. And so the Hermit energy is like the journeyman card, and this painting is actually from Winnipeg, Manitoba in Canada, and we have the energy is like Feish. He's a little hawk dragon, and all the baby dragons, they have angels that guide them. And but this little angel, she's a First Nations angel, and she's really got her hands full because Feish is fearless, and he'll fly into the darkest of nights to find he's a seeker. He wants to find the truth. He's sitting on a totem pole, but it's not really from his time and space. It's from Japan, and it's the three monkeys, and the three monkeys are hear no ego, see no ego, speak no ego. And in the background, instead of like the traditional North Star in the hermit's lamp, we have the Aurora Borealis, which you can see quite often in Manitoba. It's like in the prairies, there's some beautiful Aurora Borealis shows. And sometimes this is referred to the Northern Lights. So it's that same kind of energy. If you ever get a chance, it's a real beautiful spectacle. The whole sky lights up and it's swirling with different colors. It's incredible. Really, really beautiful. And then we have the Aries energy coming in here on this new. Hey, I want to do something new. That kind of energy. So definitely, and when I just want to point out, when the horoscope signs come up in my readings, especially in a collective one like this, I'm not talking about a specific person. I'm talking about the sign itself, the energy of it. So Aries represents, it's the very first sign, it represents new energy, getting into the new, I am here. What am I going to do, or am I going to be? That's kind of the energy. So sometimes it's, you want to, sometimes, they don't call you a human doing, they call you a human being. So you need to have some balance there and be being as well as doing. And this is talking about temperance. And so this is having patience and devotion to go on your destined path, what you came here, your star energy, in that North Star energy. We have the Magician. So yes, there's an energetic upgrade when this wheel starts turning. So the Magician is in my tarot here, or in my oracle, it's a beautiful golden dragonfly, and she's from Peru, and she's playing in a puddle there. And wherever she's playing, the mud, she's bringing up these beautiful water lilies. And this is talking about how sometimes in the muddiest of waters, when it's the most confusing and emotions are running high, the most beautiful flowers can emerge. And then we have the moon energy coming in. And so this is talking about, I feel like this upcoming new moon energy is perfect for deciding whether or not you want to continue with this project, or maybe you have a brand new project in mind. But it's a great time for starting something for sure. And then we have the All-Star energy. And this is talking about your third eye, using your insight as well as your logic so that you can have creative solutions to any problem and maybe move forward in that. We have the Emperor on this energy. So yeah, this is talking about as you're the energy you're in of wanting to expand. This is romance, creativity, children. And I feel like this is kind of like, the Emperor energy coming in and saying, hey, I want to match this Empress energy. I want to be an emperor for my Empress. And this is who I see as being my Empress. And I'm ready for that journey. I want to step up into that energy and be that. We have deception. So in the past, there could have been, this is about routines and daily scheduling and that. So while you've been busy, you may have found in the past that you had a relationship, or maybe more than one, where you were busy working and they were busy playing. And so you may have caught someone cheating or that kind of energy. And if you're married or something already, it could represent an energy of that, maybe where your pentacles went, or a business partner, some sort of energy like that. There could be a crossover, actually, is what I'm picking up for some. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune on the external forces. So this is saying that the external forces are what's going to give you, that cause the wheel to turn. So I do feel it's this king, when this king shows up, or when you decide you're ready to offer that cup of love that's when this energetic upgrade starts coming in, and you step into that star energy in your commitments, partnerships, and that energy. We have the energy of Cancer here, which is talking about Cancer is ruled by the moon, so that moon energy is coming in. And this is saying, like the king, you want to be engaged in the information, not entrenched. And this also has the word engaged, so maybe that's part of the energy. This is commitments, partnership, and marriage. Did you just wake up, little kitty cat? All right, and then we have the Earth Star energy on the Empress energy, and she is a powerful manifester. So that's what that's talking about, manifesting at a very high level. Superstar energy coming in here. This is being able to understanding that, you know, the Sword energy is your thoughts, and your thoughts are you know, expressed through the written word or verbally, and perhaps you need to have more harmonious thought words that you're using to describe yourself to get into this energy and about your life. This is talking about falling and failing in love as a matter of eye. So this is a beautiful pink and green dragon, and she's falling from the sky upside down, saying falling and failing in love is a matter of eye. If you don't love yourself enough to make this shift in this energy, you can't expect for someone from the external forces to come in and do that for you. You need to do that for yourself first and foremost, so that you can attract that energy. And then we have this dissemination of information. So there's been an elephant in the room, and it's, you know, elephant, what elephant? And I feel like in some ways that it's this energy of believing in your own press, that, you know, maybe this is good enough for me. Maybe I'm not meant for love. Maybe I should just stay where I'm at. Maybe I don't need to be all that. And it's like, no, you do. You're a star and you need to know it. It's time to shine. So it's that type of energy. And there might be something that's been stopping you. And this cycle that we're moving into right now, maybe you have some sort of breakthrough as to why that this loss is happening. Maybe it has something to do with your approach to life, and that it's time to change that up. Maybe you've just been so focused on, you know, the manifesting the success in the 3D that you haven't put, you need to shift into this energy of being that person that wants to have that lover and the family and that kind of energy. We have the Chariot energy. So this is saying it's already on its way. On the spiritual level, it's already happening. And so this energy is coming in fast here. It's already started up here. All right, what a beautiful reading. I'm really happy with this reading for you, Virgo. It's awesome. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Please do give it a like and comment. Yeah, you're just getting settled on my lap, Stella, and now we're going to quit. You're going to have to get up. All right, bye for now, and I will have another reading for you for the end of the month, and we'll talk some more about that. She's complaining. Bye for now.